What's going on, everybody? Back again here for Rolling Out Star Studio. Your host Malik Brown. Here, of course, at Rolling Out Star Studio, we talk to those amazing people, entertainment industry doing amazing things. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest. I am with my guy Lovell Adams-Gray in the building. My guy Lovell, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? Thanks for having me, man.
No problem, no problem. Thanks so much for coming on. Speak with us about all that is going on in your life. Of course, next month is a big month for Power fans. Of course, Power Book Two Ghost, the final season. First of all, Lavelle, just how does it feel? I guess to see this all come to an end so quickly, in my opinion.
I'd say it's bittersweet. We always want to give the fans more of what they want. A wonderful show, a wonderful time, but at the same time, um, it's just been an exciting journey. I think the fans are going to be really happy with this season, and I'm excited for everybody to see it.
Definitely, definitely. So I guess everybody kind of found out at this. Well, the fans found out at the same time about the final season, everything like that. For you, when did you figure out? Because I know Michael went on Instagram and was like, "I found out the same time y'all did." What about you?
Um, I tend to have a hankering for these things. I just gotta I had an instinct that this was gonna be the end. When we wrapped the fourth season, it felt the energy felt different. It felt like we were saying bye, and I'll see you when I see you type energy, and it felt different. Like, every season we wrapped, it was like, yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and it was all like, even if we didn't know we were gonna come back, we felt like we were going to. And for some this time, I had a feeling that the vibes were just different. It felt like it felt completed in a way. So
Mhm.
when they made the announcement, I was like, got you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I know everybody was kind of shook, when the news dropped and everything like that. Of course, the fans and all. I guess for you, how has the experience been working with that crew? And I mean, been working with 50 Cent as well. This mastermind of everything he's got with this power universe and things like that.
It's been an experience of a lifetime. Getting to work with such amazing creative people, such powerful people, has taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot about my own power as an actor and as an artist, and the things I want to do and put out into the world. And I'm excited for what's to come out of me, and and to see what else happens with the power universe.
Definitely. So, of course, with your character Drew, from season one to, of course, season coming up, your character has grown tremendously. Of course, within for you going into season five, what should people be expecting from your character?
We're going to season five, nothing. But going to season four, that's what we're going
Four,
to.
right? Four. My bad. Four.
um,
Four.
Going to season four, they should expect a direct continuation of what how season three ended. So if you remember, um, you know, uh, everyone's kind of in the doghouse right now. There was that shootout to end the season, and there's a lot of questions, a lot of things up in the air, a lot of things kind of left on a cliffhanger. So expect not everyone to come out, you know,
Alive.
unscathed. Let me say unscathed. I'll say unscathed. I'll try to keep it as vague as possible and say unscathed. There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot to there's a cliffhangers. There's a lot to anticipate and be excited about, and a lot that might surprise you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, the last 15 minutes, of course, because I went back and rewatched it like twice. The whole power from like Power Book One to Power Book Two. I just went straight ahead. I was like, man, because there's nothing really else to watch on TV nowadays. But just just really going back to the like last 15 minutes of that last episode. With you. I mean, y'all set Tariq up. It was like, I mean, after that, the scene where y'all are all together and it's in a dark place, and then everybody's shooting, and then of course Tariq and Braden go off into wherever, we don't know where they're going now, of course. But yeah, that whole last 15 minutes was crazy. For
Yeah.
you, I guess just seeing how your character was. I mean, I feel like when the season, when Power Book 2 first started, of course, your character, he was kind of seemed like the quiet guy. I felt like many people and everything like the Sahadas, they were just kind of like they didn't believe in what you could do. And I feel like throughout the season and everything, you kind of proved like, yeah, like I can be the head honcho, I can do this. Like, why is everybody giving it to Kane? Like, I can do this. How was it? How big was it for you to, I kind of guess, step into that role and like be bigger than, I guess, what people thought you were in as the seasons went on?
I always knew Drew was capable of that, capable of, taking over the family business and being a master behind the scenes. So I think he's just displaying that in that final episode, and his growth has been exponential. I'm really happy and excited to see, for the fans to see, how his story ends. Um, and I'd like to say that I'd say that Drew has played the perfect game of power.
Hmm.
Biding his time well, um, being quiet, studying the game, making sure that he crosses his T's, dotting his I's, and planning ahead. He plans ahead very well. And if anything, any unforeseen events come up, he handles it really well. Testament to the writing, of course. And I'm just happy to be able to play someone that intelligent.
Definitely, definitely. I guess for you, I want to know, how did you find out about the role from the beginning? When you saw the script, what were your thoughts and things of that sort?
When I first saw the script, I remember thinking, hearing rumblings that there was going to be an origin story as the
Hmm.
first spinoff of Power and the only spinoff. And so I always told myself I looked a little bit like a young Omari Hardwick, so I could play a young ghost. And I knew they were going to keep the script under wraps. So when I got my audition for a character named Drew, I was like, "Oh, this must be a code name." And I was like, and the scene was that Diana was going to play basketball, wanted to play basketball with Drew, and so I was like, okay, great. Ghost has a little younger sister. He's in the drawing. This is his life before he gets into the game. And so then we go on from there and do the audition, and then when I found out I got the role, it was going to be for a continuation of Power. I was like, oh, I had no idea, but I was even more excited because I'm really excited to be a part of something new and something that we haven't seen before. So, getting to step into the character of Drew and having played him for the last 4 years has been an honor, nothing short of an honor and a privilege.
So you knew years ago that there was going to be a Power Origins. Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
it turned out to be Raising Canaan, right? It turned out to be Raising Canaan, or a part of it in some way. So yeah, I didn't know they were going to go the whole, book 3, 4. I only heard that about the direct continue, like, or a prequel to it. So I was really excited for it regardless. I just want to be a part of the show. I had watched the entire Power like everyone else and said, like, if I can get in on this story in some kind of way, man, it'd be so much fun. And the last 4 years of my life have been on this show, and it's actually been everything I expected it to be.
Definitely, definitely, man. I love that. I love that. Because when, I mean, of course, like when they announced the end of the season, of course, like literally, I feel like a minutes or a day after, they were like, "Oh, here's Power Origins," and we're like, "Oh wow, this is insane." So,
Yeah,
I thought that's what you were talking about. But you were talking about Raising Canaan, of course, which is
yeah.
another great show. Um, for you, playing Drew, of course, playing a gay character. Um, what were your thoughts surrounding? Of course, I know you said that you were always interested in playing playing, being a part of the Power universe. But seeing that script and playing that role, what was that for you, and what was your experience and things of that sort?
As an actor, I believe that every role that we get to play, a story we get to tell, a story we get chosen to tell, because there's a lot of factors as to going through the audition process. Every story we get chosen to tell is an honor and a privilege. And so the fact that I got to step into Drew's shoes and get to bring him to life for these last 4 years has been nothing short of that.
Definitely, I love to hear that because um, I don't know if you remember, there was of course when the whole Cat Williams and Club Shay Shay went on, and people were talking about, some actors were like coming out saying, "Oh, I would never do this or do that." It just felt like some people just aren't comfortable, in their own skin. How big is it to be comfortable in your own skin as an actor and be able to play numerous roles and still, be who you are and believe in who you are?
I think it's a testament to um, what I'm about as an actor. I'm about the craft. I care about the work. I care about the work that I do. I care about the ability for people to be seen and to be heard on screen and to see themselves. And so, if I can be a part of that in any way, be a semblance of that in any way, it fills my soul. In regards to what Cat Williams said and Club Shay Shay and all that, like I believe that it was good entertainment, but at the end of the day, we're talking about a different medium, talking about a different part of the culture. But when it comes to acting, and when it comes to actors embodying roles and telling stories, it's a different conversation. It's less about image and how you um, play that part of the game and what you're willing and not willing to do and all that other extraneous things. I believe it's just distraction. At the end of the day, I'm my intention is to go down as one of the greats. And as one of the greats, I believe that I need to stretch, my imagination, stretch my abilities, and play any and every role that I'm capable of playing in this lifetime. And I will do that to the best of my ability. Like, and no one can tell me otherwise. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No one can tell me otherwise. And as far as the Illuminati conversation goes, no one's knocked on my door. So, I mean,
Oh,
I'm still in New
they say you a part of they say
York.
you part of Illuminati.
No, well, yeah,
I was
man.
about to say.
That's all they talk about is like, oh, you if you put on the dress, you're the part of the Illuminati and some
Oh yeah,
ritual and all
yeah,
this
yeah,
kind
oh
of
yeah,
like. No one has knocked on my door now, and I've been in New York for a while, so if whatever.
yeah. So I don't know about any of that. Oh my god. No, that's
Oh
hilarious.
man,
I have seen a few people talk about the Illuminati and things like that. Is I don't believe in the Illuminati, so I try not to even get involved in those type of like that crazy stuff. But
good. I believe in
the,
merit. I believe in working hard. I believe in taking care of your craft, taking care of your family, taking care of your business, and I believe that um, as much as you knock, the door will be open. This is what
definitely
this is what Jesus said in the scripture. You knock on the door and it will be open to you. You have to continue going. You have to continue going for what you believe in and going after your craft and going after your dreams. And they will, and you will get that answer eventually. But I believe that a lot of the time people give up too soon, especially actors. I see a lot of actors, you know, um, right when they're about to get there, they turn back. You know that meme where the guy's digging
yeah,
for whatever, and then he's about to turn back, and then right, he's right there.
yeah,
Like, yeah, you know. And I want to see more actors going forward because there's a lot of opportunity out there. They're making more content. They're making more content with people of color, and there's more opportunity than ever before. And if you want to pursue this thing and want to see yourself on screen and tell stories and be a great actor, like it's possible. And I truly believe that.
for sure, definitely. For you, I guess what inspired you to start acting? Like, where was it? A show that you watched as a kid? What was it for you that kind of got you into acting?
Two words: Will Smith.
Yeah,
I believe Will Smith is one of the greatest actors of all time, if not the greatest actor of all time. because of how versatile he is, of how much energy he puts forth into his work, about how much he cares about the craft and about like pushing the medium forward. And he inspired me so much as a kid. His his energy, his joy for life, his attention to detail, his work ethic. I just had so much fun watching him in Fresh Prince, and then I watched every movie he ever did. Uh, Men in Black. I grew up on all his stuff, so it was just like me and my dad. Every time he dropped a movie every summer, the day it dropped, we would go and watch it.
Yeah.
So it really inspired me, just to like I wanted to pursue a craft in acting and like be like Will Smith. And when I first auditioned to get into college, I used his monologue from I Am Legend, and I did it just like him.
Mm.
I did it just like
Wow.
that's what I thought acting was. I thought it was like you have to act just like someone else, and so that's what that was. I learned a lot since then, but that was my way in, and to this day, he's one of my biggest inspirations.
Do you still remember that monologue?
Vaguely.
Dang.
It was the one where he says everyone you and I have ever known is dead. Is when Homegirl's talking about that little colony, and we can go and get the go into that place, and he was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
there's no colony, there's no none of that. Like everyone in our lives is dead." And the way he just did it was like, I was like, "Yeah, that's powerful."
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume that I Am Legend. Is that your favorite Will Smith movie?
No,
Okay.
I just
What's
thought
your
it was
favorite Will
really
Smith?
7 pounds.
7 pounds. Okay.
That
Dope.
used to be my
Dope.
favorite movie of all time until I got older. But 7 pounds, but hands down, favorite film he's ever done. Pursuit of
Okay.
Happiness is great. Ali is great. They're all
Yeah.
great. Like
They're all good.
he doesn't have many misses, but for me, like I love 7 pounds so much. It was the first movie I think I cried watching because I was it came out in
Man.
'07. I was like 14, 15 at the time. So my maturity level was very low,
Hmm.
and I didn't think that I could be moved that way watching a film. And I watched him in that movie, and I was actually like, I watched that movie at least 7 times. And I don't watch movies a lot, like back to
Yeah.
back. I watch a movie once and move on.
Hmm.
So to see myself going back to it on a like monthly basis was,
Yeah.
you know, show me how much I liked it.
I feel like a lot of people say that about like Pursuit of Happiness. Like I feel like I get like every once a month, everybody's like, "Oh, Pursuit of Happiness was so good." Oh, like
Yeah.
they're like the scenes like just randomly pop up on TikTok. Like
Yep.
it's crazy. Like that, I think for that one, like as far as like emotional, I think that one really gets a lot of people as well as 7 pounds for sure. Uh,
Absolutely.
so, so
I
yeah,
thought I did an essay on 7 pounds, and I thought it was so inspiring because it was like it talked about one sacrifice right after grief, and it's a movie. I didn't know the movie was about like don't text and drive. It was like that was the basis of the movie was like a warning against texting and driving,
Mhm.
and I that went over my head when I first watched it. I just thought it was like a story, and then he like, was grieving,
Yeah,
and the by the end, the whole reveal that he's kind of given up his life for these other people to make it better. It was a very noble thing. It's also a very tragic thing, right? And I don't wish that upon anybody, but I thought that it was such a moving conversational piece, and I would love to see more actors tell stories like that are a little bit like a what if scenario,
mhm.
in that drama space. He was grieving a lot in that movie, and it was
Yeah,
really just. I thought it was like using his pain to help other people was like, yeah, we can do that.
yeah.
We find purpose, but I think also stay longer on this planet would be nice as well.
Right, right. Is there a role? Is there a role for you that I guess that you want to play? I guess that you maybe haven't explored yet, or something like that. Like, is there something that you are intrigued about that you want to do in the future?
Absolutely, I'm a big Kid Cudi fan,
Mm-hmm.
and I love his story as an artist. I love his story because it's a part of example of what I'm talking about, where someone has spent their lives grieving, about something that happened to them when they were young, and still finds a way to take their pain and take what their grief and what they've gone through and make joy and art for other people and find healing through that process. So Kid Cudi's a testament to that story, and I love him as an artist. I think he's a great example, and and I would love to embody him one day if that's something that he's intending on doing. But yeah, his story is very inspirational to me. His music is very inspirational. Everything about him.
Definitely, definitely. So wrapping it up, Lavelle, of course, ending it off, I guess, with everything with Power Book Two.
Mhm.
This is a very, very just straightforward question. Is Amari Hardwick coming back?
Y'all gotta leave that man alone, man. Oh man. I wish. I'll tell you this: you never know what happens. You never know what happens in this world, and you never know what could happen in this power universe. I think anything is possible.
That simple. I'm glad you gave us something. I'm glad you gave us something.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
it's
your
my pleasure.
time. Before we go, let the people know where they can find you on social media. If you got anything else coming up, let the people know.
Yes, you can find me on at Lovell Adams-Gray, my full name, one word, on Instagram. And my next project is going to be Morningside that we shot in Toronto. I got Sway, another project I did. Morningside, me and my wife are in, which is really really fun. I executive produced that project as well, and I'm also in a film that I can't talk too much about, but it just was announced, codename Blackbird, and yeah, that's a really fun project. I'm really happy about that.
Cool. Well, thank you so much again, Lavelle. Make sure you guys check out Lavelle, man. He's doing some great stuff. We appreciate your time here again, man. And as always, stay blessed.
Thank you.